Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome to Gather Round here on AFL 26. We're in the 2026 season. Port Adelaide are taking on the Western Bulldogs, and it's a top 8 clash. We're currently 4-0 at the top of the ladder. Gold Coast are 5-0. So if we need to get to the top of the ladder, we need to beat the Bulldogs today. And the Doggies aren't doing too bad either to start their season. I believe they're 2-2. They've had a couple of tough games, but I'm very keen to see what we can do to extend our lead at the top of the table if we get the win. And for Gather Round, I decided to do something a little bit different with the Guernseys. Normally, we would either wear the Thunderbolts or the Prison Bars. I just had to go a bit of half and half with the sort of current day Guernsey. White on top, black on bottom. Doggies have called heads on the toss. They've got their skipper, Bontempelli, who re-signed over the off-season, and they've won the toss. And they're going to kick to the left of screen. Doesn't appear to be a lot of breeze in this one. Hopefully, we can have a good game. A nice competitive game because, I mean, the first three that we played weren't fantastic as Sam Darcy just clunks it right over the top of Leek Aaliyah. His dad obviously grew up in South Australia, was born there, but spent all of his time playing as a father-son for the Doggies. So Sam Darcy, the third generation Bulldog, puts through the first of the day. As I was saying, I'd like to have a good start today because the first few games of this series in this season were all blowouts. Last week against the Swans, or last episode against the Swans, I should say, was a lot better. Let's just try and clear this ball. We've got the advantage. Keep running, guys. Butters is in the middle. Horne-Francis now. Over to Arlo O'Brien. Can't get possession, unfortunately. And now with McNeil heading over the top. Now with Timmy English. Looking for his first. Yet to touch it today. It's a wide kick, but it's just snuck in, I believe. Finally, we get our first clearance. Lockie Neal down to full forward. Dersma sitting under it. Can't take the mark as Liam Jones does a good job. Now with Williams kicking to half back. Finds the Bont. Kicking down the line. Ollie Dempsey recently got traded from Geelong. Great tackle by Kane Farrell, I think it was that time, on Bontempelli, but he did manage to get rid of it. And that is one thing that I've been really impressed with over the last couple of weeks. Our tackling has been much improved since last season especially. I mean, we did have the ball a lot of the time last season. So I guess when you have the ball more often, you do generally have to tackle better. Ball heading in the Lockie Neal direction. Just takes the chest mark sitting underneath the ball. Goes over the top. Good vision from Lockie Neal. He's already kicked a few goals so far this year, and he's not going to add to the total with that kick. That was terrible. Absolute putrid kick on goal. And Owen Miles made his debut last week against the Swans. Intercepts that ball, gives it to Whitlock, who still has a spot in this side, even though his form exactly hasn't been so good so far this year. Just the one goal last week. Swings that one. I don't even think that's got the journey. Big fly from behind. Didn't actually see who did that in the end, but a good forward pressure from Zane Dersma. Finally going to have an opportunity to have a shot on goal from the top of the goal square, and he puts it through. Treloar working the ball up the field. Burton takes a nice mark over Garcia. Let's just kick it short. We've got a few... Oh, that's a terrible kick. I was going to say we had a few options, but they all ran away. Bontempelli intercepts, and now we intercept. We tackle from behind. Horne-Francis wraps up Treloar, heading back in the Rory Lobb direction. Now in the hands of Bramble. Busling has done a hamstring. It is hamstring injury the musical these past few weeks. As Garcia kicking short, over the top, ball inside. Darcy gets it. Burton has it now. Oh, panic stations. Goad handballs back into traffic. Not a good decision. Long ball over the top. And Newman intercepts. Really good play. Let's slow down a little bit here. Burgoyne does well just to secure that mark. Drew over the top. Obviously with Warple out, his value just got a lot higher. We've got a player running wide in Zach Butters. He takes it now. We've got Berry over the top. Nobody's standing on him. And he takes the mark. Leading the Coleman medal after 4 games. He adds to his season total. Has 19 through 5 games so far. I think he only kicked just over 30 goals last year, so he is on pace to crush that this year. Rosie wins the ball out of the middle. Long ball down to full forward. Dersma. Can't take it. Jones. Another intercept mark. He's actually had quite a good game today. Risky kick to the pocket. I do not know what he was thinking, but I'm actually going to have a go with Owen Miles here. Ordinarily, I wouldn't. I don't really know what happened with the kick there. I think I accidentally double-clicked the B button. But anyway, Trelaw now at half-back. Kicking it short to Aaron Norton. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Bramble kicking inside. Good spoil. O'Brien's amongst it. We intercept the ball. Rosie kicks it short. Dersma once again with Jones. Can't mark it this time. Whitlock with a good tackle on Rory Lobb. We got another ball up. Ball cleared by the Doggies down towards their forward line. Newman takes a really good mark. Kick short over the top. Whitlock can't take it on Rory Lobb. Oh no, we got one out the back. Leakalia with courage takes a good mark. Drew has the ball now at half forward. Ball sent goalward. Neil sitting under it. Big fly from Jones. Nunny clears it. Goad doesn't intercept, but Wanganeen Miller does. Okay, let's just weigh up our options here. We've got a few players on the move out wide. Heading in the Burgoyne direction. He opted to take a chest mark. Not really what I would have wanted for him. Now Arlo O'Brien has a job to do here. Can't take the mark on Trelaw. He kicks it short. Finds Cody Waitman over the top now. Garcia. Back to Waitman. Back to Garcia. Takes a bounce. Pushing forward. Silvani does a good job. Intercepts in front of Aaron Norton. Burgoyne over the top looking for Butters. Just lets the ball bounce. Libba picks it up. Really good kick forward and out in the hands of Aaron Norton. Two players over the top. Aaliyah giving chase. Let's just rush it over the line. Oh, it's deliberate. How are we not under enough pressure there? That is really annoying. Cody Waitman's going to get a free go here. And he puts it through. Draper wins it out of the middle. Neil now sends it back down to full forward. Taylor Goad sitting under it. Too big and strong for Jones. We decide to put the big fella down there, as Dersma was struggling a little bit with the size mismatch. So Goad, 4 disposals so far, getting a bit of the ball early. Puts his first through, and we tie the game at 3 goals apiece. Another clearance to Port Adelaide, starting to win a bit more ball here. Goad once again, can't take it. Jones, another intercept mark. Great fist from behind. Didn't actually see who got his fist onto it though in the end. Timmy English working the ball forward for the Doggies. Panicked kick out of the pack. Now in the hands of Hewitt. Goads at centre half forward. That's where we're going to go. He's got 2 to deal with. Takes a nice mark. We've got players over the top. We've got plenty of options. Dersma and Lobb in the pocket. Dersma can't come away with it. Incorrect disposal. But the ball is intercepted by Connor Rosie. And we're actually going to have a shot from just outside 50. It's going to be a toughie. Going to be kicking from about 55 meters out. I don't think it's got the legs. Big fly from Dersma. Doesn't take it in the end, but that is incorrect disposal. He gets his payback. Now going to be lining up for his second of the quarter. What a game we have early on in Gather Round. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Ollie Dempsey, we give up another 50-meter penalty. Actually, I don't think we'd given away a 50-meter penalty, but it's another easy goal for the Dogs on top of the goal square. And just 2 goals we really shouldn't have conceded. But it's now back to an even game. Just a quick 1-2 with Rosie, and I think that was Lockie Neal, actually. Ball over the top. Goad takes it again for his second of the quarter. Between him and Dersma, we're doing quite well with the North Melbourne recruits kicking goals this year. Long ball this time into the Doggies forward line. And McNeil takes that in front of Ryan Burton. So compared to last week where we kicked, I think, the same amount of behinds as goals. First quarter in Gather Round for us. The quarter time siren is gone and both teams have kicked 5. No behinds on the game so far. But despite the straight kicking, we got to do a lot better defensively. Obviously, conceding 5 goals is never a good thing in a quarter. Little short dab over the top by Lockie Neal. Good fist by Rory Lobb. Handball over the top. Butters picks it up. Ball over the top. And it's now taken by Horn Francis, another former North Melbourne player. They are just lining up in front of goal this game so far, as we get the first of the second quarter inside a minute. Garcia sends it long on top of the goal square. There's players running back. I think that might be a goal. I wasn't sure. I think that's Taylor Duray down there. I wasn't sure if he wouldn't have carried it straight over the goal line, but it looks like it bounced through. Great hands in the middle of the ground. Neil gets tackled by Tom Liberatore. So good. He's been so good for so long. Riley Sanders down the line. Finds Timmy English. Just gets intercepted. Handballing the ball forwards. Another one over the top. Goes short. I mean, he's not really, but he is like short kicking. Oh, that's holding the ball. I make myself crack up sometimes. Doggy's just working the ball up the ground by foot right now. Ball over the top, and Riley West, a fantastic set of hands, sends it gold. We need a mark. We get... Jeez, we're lucky that Timmy English is an idiot. William Drew now over the top. We've got a player wide. Zach Butters, Matt Kennedy. Poor effort from Butters. Didn't really do enough there. Didn't like what I saw. Now Riley West has an option wide in Joel Frazier. Sends the ball long over the top. Lee Kalir has a lot to do here, but he gets back really, really nicely. Then we've got a stream of players running wide. It's Hewitt and Bramble. Ball goes to ground. Gets dropped. Horn Francis is in pursuit to pick it up. Just send it long. Get it out of the Doggies forward half. Smoke and Joe was the sub last week. Into the game for the first time now. Down the line. Whitlock. Jones. Whitlock takes it. It has been an absolute roller coaster so far. It has been a crash, just an absolute crash test derby right now. But we put through another one. We get the lead back. It's a 5-point game. Looking for Burgoyne wide, out of defensive 50. Traveling by foot now. Hopefully just trying to get it clear. We can't. Williams with a fantastic tackle. Treloar picks it up, but it's actually Williams going to slow the ball down here. Liberatore now. Steps back, sending it down the line. Burton can't take the mark. Does intercept though. Kicks it down the line, looking for Burgoyne once again. Treloar intercepts. Kicks to the hot spot. Evans stands tall, takes the mark. Ball now heading back down the line. Silvani has a lot to do on Norton. Stands up strong and takes a good mark. Logan Evans, big fly from Treloar. Goodness me, and I think Evans is injured. He's very slow to get up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Connor Rosie with the mark at half forward. We've got players pushing wide. Whitlock trying to sit in the hot spot. Ball's out the back. Richards along the ground. Just dribbles it forward. We get our first behind of the day. Now it's back out to an even goal. Logan Evans is back. Isn't injured it seems. Kicks to the hot spot. Burgoyne trying to take the mark. Barry with the tackle. Does fantastically well. We got a ball up. Just lots of tackling right now. There's a handball wide. Butters, quick kick on goal. And it's a mark to Whitlock. Gonna go around the body here, try and swing it back into the scoreboard. He does well. Gets his second of the day. And is he finally heating up? We're finally watching the renaissance of Jack Whitlock. Remains to be seen. Let's see how the rest of today plays out. Waitman sends it down the line. And a very quick forward entry by the Bulldogs as Ollie Dempsey takes the mark inside 50, looking for a second for the day. And he makes no mistake. Doggies clear it out of the middle of the ground once again. Too easy out of the middle as Aaron Norton going to be having his first shot on goal for today. Just the 2 disposals for him. Actually having a very good season in real life as we speak. Launches from outside 50. And it's a mark on the goal line. Doesn't quite have the legs. As Taylor Goad sends it back down the line outside 50. Burgoyne drops it. Great tackle on Ollie Dempsey. And the ball is cleared. Now we've got Wanganeen Miller giving chase. Final actually ends up with Arlo O'Brien. Does a good job. Let's wait for some of our players to get back. Kicking down the line now. Burgoyne's got a big job to do. Riley Sanders does well to block him out as Matt Kennedy takes the mark. But another intercept mark to Burton now. Let's kick to half forward. We've got a few options. We've got a 2-on-1. We just need one to take it, and the one is Joe Richards. Actually, Logan Evans is short, and he takes it. Now, I've got to remember that Logan Evans is a left footer. And I've stuffed it up. Bugger. Although it might be okay, it's not good enough though. We're the first to bring up 50, but it's been, relatively speaking, a low-scoring contest compared to some of our other games we've had this year. That's holding the ball. King of the double barrel, Jason Horne-Francis, is going to be lining up for his second of the day. Can he swing that back? He has. Great hands by Connor Rosie. Draws the free kick as well. Silvani takes the mark. Excellent play. That is everything you would want out of your midfield. Free kick, handball, clearing kick, goal. Jack Silvani just showing his versatility that can play up either end of the ground. I think he spent time both at centre-half back and centre-half forward today. And he's done very, very well. He's actually done that for the majority of the season as well. Hewitt trying to bring the ball to ground, does a good job. Fraser misses the ball. Horne-Francis gets boot to it as he's tackled. Dempsey clears it with his boot. Now in the hands of Garcia. Had a fantastic game so far. Looking in the Darcy direction and takes it. Kicked the first goal of the game and hasn't really seen it since. Can he get one before halftime? He does well, and it's back to a 13-point lead for us. Wanganeen Miller, a short little ball over the top. Great hands by Owen Miles. Takes it on the siren. 4 contested marks to start the day. Hopefully he can put through a goal right on half-time. That looks pretty good. But it's offline, unfortunately. So a 24-point lead heading into the main break. 5 goals to 3 in the quarter, including 2 quick ones before the end. Horne-Francis, Dersma, and Goad, as well as Whitlock, all have 2 goals. Nobody's been supremely inaccurate. Only 3 behinds on the game in total. Ollie Dempsey with the 7 marks has been exceptional. Connor Rosie getting a lot more of the ball today. Goad has the 10 disposals. Lockie Neal and Butters getting amongst it as well. And I think as a unit, we've been much better in the ruck today. Obviously still struggling a little bit, but English and Gardner are a really good ruck combo. Draper hasn't seen a lot of it. I don't even think he's touched the ball apart from hit-outs today. Second half underway. Still a very, very good lead. It's actually only a 14-point lead, not a 24-point lead. I just can't do maths apparently. As Horne-Francis might get the first mark of the quarter, doesn't, wraps up. Didn't even tell who that was. Dersma's in pursuit of Karmas, wraps him up. Good tackle, that's holding the ball. And if he kicks this goal, it will be a chance at a 20-point lead. And he puts it straight through the middle. There's your 20-point lead. Draper getting his hands on the ball for the first time today. Oh, what's your name? Goad. I was going to say Code. I stopped myself from doing it. And he gets another mark down at full forward. My controller is not working. It's disconnected. I can't do anything. Oh my God. I'm not really sure what happened there, and I don't blame Goad for that whatsoever. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't do a set shot. That was really strange. Luckily, it wasn't on the siren or anything like that, as Berry had 2 to deal with. Bontempelli takes the contested mark. Arlo O'Brien has a few options here. Goad's on the move again, but he might get cut off by Dersma. And Liam Jones actually does a fantastic job coming over the top there. Quick kick forward by Rosie. 2 to deal with that Bulldogs defender. Horne-Francis, little ball over the top. Too easy, although he's missed that again. How are we missing those shots on goal? And Silvani, who's still playing at half back. We're going to take this shot. And hopefully this set shot will be a lot better than our previous one. It's not even got the legs. What? Silvani, what happened? It's okay. We get the free kick courtesy of Ryan Burton. He's got 2 to deal with. And Jones, actually it's lobbed this time, at half back. Short little ball to Cody Waitman. Pushing wide. Finds Karmas over the top. Great hands by Connor Rose. He had an awesome first half. After a very quiet start to the season. Horne-Francis over the top. Don't get smothered. Whitlock try and get there. Keep it in. He does. Another handball over the top. We couldn't get there. Whitlock tried to lay a tackle. Couldn't in the end. Wanganeen Miller with the intercept. Kick it down to full forward. We've got players everywhere. Ball gets smothered. Ball kept in. Dersma gets dropped. Still alive. Whitlock puts it through. Really positive start to the second half so far. Neal sends it wide to Horne-Francis. Looking for a lead. Goad's on the move, and he takes it. Going to be kicking from just about 40 metres out, lining up for his third. That's heaps better than his previous one. And we're starting to run away with a little bit. 33-point lead now. The doggies have not come out firing after half-time. Connor Rosie has a handball over the top in Whitlock. Another one coming. Doesn't actually go anywhere in the end. Miles over the top. Goad's here again. This man might have been the steal of the trade period. In the first 3 quarters at least. He would have kicked 4 goals. And he is showing Sam Draper, who's been an experienced AFL ruckman, how to get things done. But the doggies are showing a little bit of persistence here. And Darcy, too big and strong for Leek Alir. Going to be lining up for his third. Kicked 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Can he get one here to get the margin back to a 33-point game for the Dogs? He does. We're not done yet. Berry can't bring it to ground. Actually, he does bring it to ground in the end. Ball gets cleared. We got a boundary throw in. Boundary throw in inside our forward 50. Draper having a decent run of things in the ruck in this second half. Obviously, Goad's been dominant at full forward. Just too big and strong for Liam Jones. Actually, we've got 3 players down there at full forward. Goad is one of them. Big fly from Burgoyne. Handball over the top. We were looking... We couldn't get it in the end, but Burgoyne intercepts. Not a favourable angle for right footers. Just waiting for a lead. And it's actually going to end up in the hands of Draper. Just the 3 disposals for him so far. No goals. Oh, he's not going to start here. Ball now entering the doggies forward 50. Great fist from behind by Alir. Handballed it forward. Just wanted to get rid of it so we didn't get wrapped up holding the ball. Just like that. Great tackle by Nick Newman. What a valuable pickup he's been, even though he is an older player. Wanganeen Miller stands up in the contest. Did a fantastic job. Nobody standing on Berry. And Dersma's over the top. He's actually on the move now. And takes it. 3 kicks and 3 goals so far for Zane Dersma. Make that 4. In the absence of Lukosius, he has been exceptional. And he might be very, very close to pipping Joe Berry in the Coleman so far this year. Goad back in the ruck now for Port Adelaide. Great tackle. Didn't even see who that was. It was Adam Treloar in the end with the tackle. Just Lockie Neal, not good enough going by foot. And Willem Drew intercepts. Starting to overrun the doggies here so far in this game. Burgoyne takes the mark. There's another one over the top. And it's Dersma again for a perfect 5. Puts it through. Where have the doggies gone? Sanders at halfback for the Dogs. Kicks it down the line. Newman would have to be close to best on ground today. He's been really good intercepting the ball across halfback. Neal has 2 to deal with. Takes it in his hands. Connor Rosie's in space. Although we kick it straight over his head. And Willem Drew, of all people, takes a really good contested mark. Let's see if we can sneak this one in for a goal. Can't, unfortunately. Another forward entry courtesy of Goad this time. Berry can't take the contested mark. Lob clears. Actually, he doesn't really clear, but he finds Bontempelli short. Now goes wide to Waitman. Waiting for his options down the line. Nothing really presents. Lockie Neal intercepts. Does a fantastic job. We got players deep. Heading in the Dersma direction. Ball's out the back. Connor Rosie. Short little ball. He puts it through. Clearing the ball towards Burgoyne now. Can he stand up? Take the mark. Can't take the mark, but gets the ball loose forward. Let's get it forward now. Okay, here we go. Whitlock can't take it. Can't pick it up either. Rory Lobb has done quite a good job of holding him these last couple of minutes. Down the line now, Waitman. Looking for the Bontempelli, and he gets him. 19 disposals today for the Bont. No goals, but finally puts one through. That is 3-quarter time as Port Adelaide kick 7 goals, I think, in that quarter. Yeah, 7 goals, 3 to 2 goals straight. What a performance that quarter. Was really, really good. Disposals were terrific. 9 free kicks apiece. I feel like we've probably gotten more than them, but I suppose we've done really, really well. Dersma with the 5 goals on the game from 5 disposals, I think, in the end. Also has the 5 tackles. Tell me what his favourite number is. Taylor Goad, 4 goals straight, 10 marks, 5 hit-outs. tackle, score, assist, doing a bit of everything so far. Darcy with 3 for the Doggies. Whitlock has 3 as well. Horne-Francis with the 2. Rosie has 1. Spending a bit of time forward, I think he will, in the rest of the game. Lockie Neal getting a bit of the ball as well. But let's finish the game strong. Try and close out Gather Round with a nice quarter of footy. One last quarter of footy. Final 20 minutes of play. Naz spending some time in the middle here. Butters looking for Rosie down at full forward. Takes it in the Dukes. Looking for the perfect start to the... Oh, jeez, he's missed that. How has he missed that? I was going to say looking for the perfect start, but that was absolutely awful. Silvani looking to intercept. Looking for Burgoyne. Great tackle. No goals today for Jace Burgoyne. Spending a bit of time at half forward, and we've butchered this one as well. I don't even want to watch it go through. Berry intercepts from the corner of the 50. Sends it back towards goal. Rosie takes this one. And let's just try and secure it. Go around the body. Do the simple thing. Finally puts through his second. Norton now having a set shot up the other end. 7 marks on the day. 6 disposals. I'm guessing all of those are kicks. But to cut it back down to a 37-point game, or a 47-point game, I should say, he does well. And the Doggies get one this quarter. Ball at the back at the Doggies forward half, although we do clear it very nicely. Handball going wide for Go. Doesn't get him though. Arlo O'Brien, been a little bit quiet since his AFL debut. Does a good job with the tackle there. Has Rosie on a lead with Jones. Takes the mark, does very nicely. Goes over the top, finds Burgoyne. Missed one earlier in the quarter. That was an absolute sitter. Doesn't make the same mistake twice. Puts through Port's 19th. And you'd think that the result is safe from here. Richards has it middle of the ground. We've got a few options. I know we haven't used the sub yet, mainly because we actually haven't had an injury. And I just want to hang on to it just in case. We'll probably wait till 15 minutes have gone in the quarter to use it. As Rory Lobb takes the mark inside 50. Hewitt now has Whitlock running over the top. But we're going to go in the Arlo O'Brien direction instead. 7 disposals on the day so far. No goals. That's changed now. Almost a 10-goal lead for Port Adelaide. Great hands by Goad. Quick boot by Butters. Doesn't work out. Alir and Darcy down the line. Alir stands tall. Does well. Now finds Silvani. Got a few options. Actually, Alir's pushing forward. We'll find him there. Ends up in the hands of Whitlock. Pushing forward with the handball. Hewitt. Long ball gets smothered. Whitlock picks it up. Just throws it away to Johannesson. Need a mark here to stop the stream forward from Darcy. Alir and Darcy running back towards the Doggies goal square. Now in the hands of McNeil. Great tackle. 2 great tackles. Back in the hands of Norton. Another tackle. We've done well to stop the play there. It's all right. We're out of danger now. Berry out the back. Takes the mark. I think we'll take a shot here with Joe Berry. Just the 1 goal for today. Hasn't played badly by any means. Just hasn't really taken the most of his scoring opportunities. It's swinging back. It's offline though. Now got a stoppage inside our forward 50. Nobody is goal side between Wanganeen Miller and the goals, obviously. How is that holding the ball? I barely had it. Anyway, the Dogs clear it, sort of. But it's worked out okay in the end. Great hands. Now Joel Frazier pushing forward. Finds Norton. Darcy now at half forward. Way out of the goal square. Really outside of his natural habitat. Gives it back to Norton down the line. And he takes a really good contested mark. Lining up for his second of the day. Does well. Puts it through. Cuts it back to a 55-point lead. Libba has it just outside 50 for the Doggies. Down the line looking for... I was going to say looking for Darcy. It was actually Norton. But ends up in the hands of Kane Farrell. Burton can't take it. Miles just gets wrapped up. We got another ball up. 16 minutes gone in the final quarter. Goad can't win it out of the ruck this time around. But the ball is kicked towards our forward line. Williams is back there. Trying to find a target up forward. Does well. Great tackle once again. Ball goes to ground. Norton just picks it up. Smashes it towards goal. And that's his third. Waitman now looking down the line. Weighing up his options. Silvani takes a good mark. Kicks it in the Arlo O'Brien direction. We've got Crumbs. No need though, he takes it. The sub has been made. Jackson Mead into the game. Connor Rosie subbed out. Arlo O'Brien puts through his second. The 50-point lead is restored. And what a dominant performance in this second half by Port Adelaide. Berry now target inside 50. Takes it in the air. Going to be trying again for that second goal. Going to be kicking from just on the 50. Swings it to the left once again. And Logan Evans intercepts from the kick out. And Arlo O'Brien actually going to have a shot at a third for the quarter. Don't really know what the doggies are doing. I don't know what their game plan is. But whatever it was for the second half, it has not worked. As we have just blown them out of the water. Richards and Karma sitting under it. Ball goes to ground. Richards giving chase. Ends up in the hands of Johannesson. Now Timmy English. Been the best ruck on the ground in terms of just hit-outs and, general stuff. General stuff? What am I talking about? But I was going to say Goad, even though he is a ruckman, has been very, very good today. Just hasn't really spent a lot of time in the ruck. Ball goes forward, back in the hands of Libba. Down the line now. And Ollie Dempsey takes a good mark. Puts through his third. And he's definitely been one of the best dogs on the game today. He'd be disappointed with his team's effort. And their performance is not a reflection of his game. Draper trying to knock it down. Actually gets it back. Clearing handball. Doesn't really go to anybody in particular. Libba kicks it forward. We drop it. Draper now over the top. Another handball inside. Nobody there. Treloar gets wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Can we sneak in one more before the end of the game? Ball over the top. Dersma has the sit. Can't take it, unfortunately. And that might be that. And that is that. What a awesome performance in that second half. 12 goals to 6 after 10 goals to 8 in that first half. We just run away with it in the end, although it was 5 goals to 4 in the final quarter. Much improved up against, compared to last week. I thought we were absolutely terrible last week, even though the Swans did provide a bit of a fight. Dersma ended up with 5. Goad with the 4. Arlo O'Brien popped up with 3 in the final quarter. Whitlock with the 3 as well. Only had the 4 marks, but did have 4 tackles. Rosie ended up with the 2, along with his 27 disposals. Sing-song time. Belted out loud and proud. Taylor Goad got the 3 votes for today. Connor Rosie just behind him with the 2. And Aaron Norton from the Doggies surprisingly got the 1 vote. Even though he did kick the 3 goals, I didn't think he was as impactful as someone like an Ollie Dempsey or even Libba. Did get a lot of the ball. Not sure if he kicked a goal or not, but still a very, very good performance. Nick Newman with the 9 intercept marks was awesome. Connor Rosie, as always, was fantastic. In terms of the hit-outs, how do we go in the end? Yeah, absolutely crushed once again. But a really solid performance. I was really happy with how we played. I don't even think we did get any of our objectives. We got 140 contested possessions. That was great. Zerk Thatcher is back from his injury, which will be fantastic up against Carlton. Will be desperately needed as well. Obviously, with the likes of Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay in that forward line. Who do I take out is the only thing. I know George Hewitt hasn't been terrific for me, although I don't think he probably deserves to play in the 2s. So I might take out Joe Richards and we'll put in, if I can find him, Zerk Thatcher. And then Leek Alir, we'll probably just keep him on the bench. I don't think I'll drop him to the sub. We'll put Mead back as the sub. I think the rest of the team can stay the same. I have liked what I've done so far with this team. We've played very, very well in the games that we have played. But round 3, up against North Adelaide, I don't think we need to make any changes. No, we don't. Everything's fine. Let's see how we go. It's a big win. It's a 104-point win. Christian Moraes gets the 3 votes. Lawrence 2. Baskerville with the 1. Moraes had the 42 disposals. Lawrence kicked 5 goals. we didn't actually kick any goals in the final quarter, which is hilarious. And unfortunately, Lawrence did pick up an injury in the SANFL. He's got a calf strain. He'll be out 2 to 3 weeks. But we now travel to Marvel for our next game up against Carlton. And hopefully Lukosius will be back next week. It says he's out with another hamstring for another week. Same with Waffle. I believe, apart from Sam Butler towards the back end of our roster, obviously and Will Lawrence as well, those are the only other injuries. No other news, I think, for me to cover at this point in time. How did the rest of Gather Round go? Geelong beat Brisbane, which, I mean, that was interesting. They hadn't won, actually, I think they'd won one game up to that point. North Melbourne beat Melbourne. I was going to say in Melbourne, but all these games are in Adelaide. And then the Crows win their 4th in a row. And they also beat Richmond in round 6. So very, very interesting to see some decent results. The Suns are still going at the top of the ladder, unless they lost in that last round. Yeah, they did. They lost to Brisbane. So we are currently top of the ladder. The only team that's left unbeaten, we play Carlton in Melbourne, who won last week. They're 2 and 3, currently sitting in 11th. But I like what we've done so far with our team. Hopefully, we can continue. Richmond and West Coast still haven't won a game, those poor buggers. But that is going to do it for today. We'll go over the stats probably every couple of weeks from here on out. We don't need to do it every week. But we've got an interstate game next week. So if we can get the win there, then obviously we need to win 5 interstate games this year. So that would be fantastic. But thank you very much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, as we are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if as many of you can subscribe as possible, that would be fantastic. But until next time, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.